Hi everybody, my name is Jennifer Greenlees. I'm a yoga teacher and massage therapist, holistic therapist, and I just thought I'd talk a little bit about today. In class, on my online yoga classes, we're talking about chakras at the minute, hence the energy around us, something that we just generally don't often really pay much attention to, but certainly in my background, I started off with science, and I did a biology degree in Edinburgh and studying biology, and we didn't look at the energies or chakras or anything like that. Obviously, studying biology back then, it was strictly anatomy and physiology, which is very important to understand as well. But after university, when I started studying massage, I generally geared towards the scientific approach with massage, learning about the body. But I was just fascinated with the holistic side of health as well, and it just adds an extra layer of understanding, I think, to our bodies as well. Because whenever I ended up studying shiatsu, which is Japanese massage, following like the pressure points in the body, and uses the elements of Chinese medicine. You know, they look at the organs very differently than we would. Certainly, the organs all have emotions involved, colors even involved, senses that are involved. Because a really new understanding. And whenever at the start you're sort of thinking, I'm not so sure about this, but whenever you start understanding more about each organ, it does start to make sense. And especially whenever you're treating people or talking to people, when people talk, you start to see their personalities start to come through, and you start to become aware of different things that they might be repeating. For instance, this week, in yoga, we're working on the navel chakra, just below the navel point here. And sometimes when this is off balance, people will be very undecided, and they'll just talk round and round and round. They can't decide about something. They'll make their mind up, and then they'll talk themselves right out of it again, and they'll be quite undecided. So for the navel is obviously, it's your center. All the organs are around here, but particularly when it comes to the chakra, talking about chakras, we focus on the chakras. The organs here would be the kidneys and the reproductive organs. So the two entwined, and certainly when you're treating them with acupuncture or whatever, you generally treat the two things together. So when it comes to Eastern medicine, they look at the kidneys as being like the foundation of your health. So it's always about looking after your kidneys. And when we look at our kidneys from anatomy and physiological point of view, we think of the kidneys with the adrenal glands on them, those little glands that secrete the hormones, the fight or flight hormones, and which result in stress because we're like ready to go. We switch off all our digestive system, and anything that we're trying to put all our energy into escaping from whatever the stressful situation is. So the fight or flight hormone. And if we have a lot of stress for a long period of time, it just starts to wear on us, and we'll become tired and snappy and fed up, and eventually we'll start getting like lower back pain. The best things for the kidneys are plenty of rest. Rest is the best thing. And usually when we're stressed out, we're, staying up late and getting up early, trying to get, sort of whatever it is that we're trying to get done. Or we're too worried. We're worrying all the time. So plenty of rest, plenty of water for the kidneys as well, just to flush out the kidneys. The kidneys are actually do more detoxing in the body than the liver does. So it needs lots of water. And again, sometimes when we're stressed, we're not drinking healthy drinks. We're maybe drinking coffee flat out or tea flat out. So plenty of water for the kidneys as well. So for the kidneys, there are some nice stretches as well that we can do. For lower back pain, everyone's probably aware of the cat-cow stretches, when you're flexing your spine, head up, and then exhale under, inhaling up. So you've got your hands underneath your shoulders, hip distance apart. If you've got sore wrists, though, you can come right down onto your forearms for this. So you could be resting on your forearms and doing your cat-cows as well. So inhale up, exhaling under. If you've got sore wrists, or you can, it's also quite nice coming into plank position here on your forearms, or downward dog pose as well. Oops. Coming it like that too. So even if you've got sore wrists, you can still do all of those stretches. Cat-cow is just your typical one, which is really nice for the releasing the lower back area as well. So what else was I going to talk about? Yes, so kidneys to do also, when you think about whenever you're really stressed, sometimes we forget to breathe. So this week in class we've been doing some really deep breathing, like you're breathing right down into the kidney area, and this helps to create a little bit of massage down here. It's calming and relaxing. So we are talking about different types of breathing techniques to bring energy down to the kidney. So it's all about generating more energy. Whenever we get tired and when we overdo things, we're just zapping our energy. So it's restorative. And then when it comes to the reproductive organs around here, again, this is an area that changes throughout life. There's usually cycles of hormones going on, and a lot of tension can build up around the reproductive organs and the hip area. And sometimes we're not so aware of being tight here. We're very aware of being tight in our neck and shoulders, but it builds up in and around the hips, even the tops of the legs, lower back, and it causes pain in the lower back too. So some nice stretches for the hips obviously would be from downward dog, bringing your knee up forward and then coming into a pigeon pose stretch is a nice one to get into the hips. You could actually, even at this point as well, use a tennis ball to roll into the body. Rolling is really good for the hips. You can use the ball to release the hips in the front and the back, or a small tennis ball as a massage tool down the IT band as well when you're lying like that. And then, don't forget to do both sides. So massaging into the lower back as well. So whenever this chakra is strong, we feel patient, we've got patience, we've got energy, and we're creative. It's good for creativity as well. So if you're thinking of the navel, it's the center of our body, and it's also to do with our association with ourselves, our belief in ourselves. It is our navel energy can be easily knocked off. There should be like a pulse just below the navel at the center, but sometimes it will get knocked off. One of the best exercises for balancing your navel energy is coming to lying. It's called stretch pose. So you're lying, get your lower back nice and flat on the floor, and then you're stretching your legs out and you're reaching towards your toes. Your head's off the floor, your feet are off the floor at the same level. And then you do a breath of fire. So it's one sniff in and one sniff out. So your navel's moving. It's a really good core exercise. Stretching towards your toes. And you want to do that for about a minute or so. If your lower back starts to arch off the floor, hug your knees in and then carry on with that again. So some strengthening your navel, obviously good for the navel chakra. So a few exercises, and then a nice way to finish is just with a mantra. When you're closing your eyes and you're meditating, we use the mantra Sat Nam, I am. And I come back to this all the time because we use it all the time with Kundalini yoga. But you're inhaling, thinking Sat, exhaling, thinking Nam. Sat Nam means honouring yourself or following your path in life and remembering that we're all different, that we're all unique, and we all have different paths to follow in life. So closing your eyes and meditating and it's sort of like positive feedback for yourself, feeling good about yourself, feeling good within yourself, instead of being up in our heads, judging all the time, getting back into your body and connecting. Okay, so a few things just for navel chakra is what we're working on this week. And just, lovely ways of working on your organs, your kidneys, reproductive system, keeping everything healthy and strong. So hope you're feeling more patient with everyone and creative after this. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.